You know what? Just give it a new one. Give it something that you know that is. Give it something off the head.
Hello, you progressors. This is another.
In progress.
I'm your co-host Jake, and I'm with the best guy you ever freaking meet. He is the president of the United States. He is the man with the plan. He is the Mr. Logo. Hello.
Hey, dude, you kind of caught me off guard when you said president. I was like, hold on, wait, who are we talking about?
Our podcast, if you haven't noticed, it kind of gets slow at the beginning. So if you're new, just stick around. I promise it will get better. Speaking about getting better, Jujutsu Kaisen, it gets better every single episode.
I was left hanging. I know that sounds bad. You ever watched or read a book or a TV show and you got to the very end and you're like, but I want more. There's so much more I need.
Yes.
I'm at that point. It's literally it's just started and I'm already there. Because
you got the hiccups, man.
Yeah, all that bang energy,
bro. I'll tell you, make you burp.
But we just watched episode 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, because the last podcast we only did episode 1, and we want to keep it up to date, so we don't want to be falling behind now. So basically, after we finished episode 3, dude, I legit we want more. I was after one episode, usually when I watch an episode of anime, I'm like, okay, I knew, I'm moving on, waiting till the next week.
Mm-hmm.
But after 2 episodes, I was legit. I felt like I was in the binge mode. You know what I mean?
I definitely was. Because when it didn't. Well, we watched them back to back, and to me, it just felt like one episode. And I was like, "What? We've already watched both," which both of them were very good.
Yeah,
they're both very different too.
And dude, I remember episode 2. Okay, let's just break the episodes down. Why not? We're here. We got time.
Yeah.
This is a podcast. But yeah, episode 2. Okay, this is when they finally showed the ending song. And, dude, that is a jam. Let me tell you, dude.
I saw it first on Twitter.
Yeah, me too.
I did on Twitter. And I was like, man, that's pretty sick. I never put 2 and 2 together. That was the outro, whatever song, whatever. And whenever I was watching it on the TV, I was like, holy crap, that really is it. Oh, yeah. But the meme right now that I've been seeing is here's the anime. It's just a whole bunch of monsters killing blood, and the ending is just happy go lucky.
Bro, the memes are legit the best part. That's why. That's what another thing about because anime now is becoming it's not a meme per se, but back when I first started watching anime, it was kind of that low grind, not really many people are into it, and now it's becoming so normal. Yeah. And with anime like Kimetsu and now Jujutsu, all these anime, I mean, it's not stopping.
I will say that before I watched anime, when we were younger, it wasn't that big. But when I started watching it, I noticed there was this hidden community. I'm like, holy crap, there's all these cool people. But even before I started watching anime, back in the day when there wasn't memes, then I still remember seeing funny things about the anime. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. And I'd always ask, what is it? And they're like, oh, that's Naruto. And I'm like, what's that? But take it for granted, I never have watched Naruto. So
yeah, he doesn't know the pain.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Jujutsu, good anime. But I think I want to start on. We can probably be skipping around episode 2 and 3. So if you haven't watched it already, go watch it.
Spoilers.
Yes, spoilers everywhere. Maybe. But I want to talk about Nobata Kugisaki, if I'm probably butchering that. I hope not. Kugisaki, I think that's her name.
Kugisaki Nobara.
That's the heroine, the girl that was just introduced.
Okay.
I like it's when me and Logo were both watching it, we're just okay, I don't want to say we're sipping for her, but I would let her beat me up.
Yeah, I'd let her beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah, so just saying, no simp here, but yeah, I will allow her to do that, and I will gladly. This is getting kind of weird. But
let's just say that I was in a relationship. Is this me cheating? She's imaginary.
Therefore, it's not cheating.
You heard it here, guys. Simping for anime girls,
they're not real.
Cheating.
2D.
Yeah.
More like give the D. Anyway, No, but yeah, I really like her character because I like how, I don't know, she kind of reminds me of Sakura from Naruto, but better. And I like how they have, when there was that one scene where, you know, she was like yelling at Yuji Itadori, the main character, and he goes back at her. And I just like how their interaction goes because it actually shows like actual teenagers, how they talk and how they act, because most anime these days, dude, like teenagers, they'll be saying these things and I'm like, bruh, you do not sound like a freaking teenager. You sound like a freaking 40-year-old that knows everything.
Yeah.
So when Ashley talks like, you know, however he talked, it was like, okay, I like this, you know, it fits. But what I liked, that we saw the preview in episode 2, and he finally got to see this amazing scene. It wasn't long, but it was still amazing with Gojo.
Gojo has definitely taken my heart in this. He's honestly I thought he was gay.
Yeah, he got
Pretty close to the, what's the main character's
Yuji.
name? Yuji. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gojo got kind of close to Yuji.
Yeah, first time I saw that, I was just like, hold up, like I don't remember this scene.
Like when we watch an anime, usually when something big's about to happen, I can always see Jake looking over there, and he's staring me dead in the eyes, and he's like, "Oh, I'm ready for that." Like he's like, honestly, it's like whenever you're showing somebody something really cool, you're waiting for their reaction. Well, whenever he did that, he was so close. I thought they were gonna make out, so I look over at him and I'm like, hold on.
This is stuff you like.
I was like, this is your favorite character?
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. And what I love about him in the anime too is like, I mean, also in the manga as well, but like, I love how he's so humble, but yet he's like, he would tell you straight up, is like, yeah, I'm the strongest. You know, I'll win. Like he was talking about like Yuji was like, oh, well, if Sukuna, you know, comes like together, like all his fingers, or like, you know, like he becomes like,
what if he
his
takes
strongest.
over?
Yeah, and he's like, would you still win? And he's like, it'll be draining, but yeah, I win. And I'm just like, dang.
Every time in the anime, you've like asked him, are you gonna win, or do you think you can do this? He's like, yep. Like it's never like a hesitation. Yeah. Like the only hesitation I've heard is like, oh, it'll be draining, but yeah, I can do it.
That's what's amazing too, because what I like, what I'm thinking for Jujutsu is, because with Hunter x Hunter, when they had the Hisoka versus Chrollo fight, they basically made it, hopefully it doesn't spoil anybody, but the author wanted to make the story as the person that said they were going to win.
Yeah.
He always wanted a character to like, because, you know, in freaking, not even just anime, but in all shows, they're just like, the back character or some characters like, oh, I'm going to win 100%, and then they lose.
Yeah.
And so Togashi wanted to make a character where they actually say that and win. And I feel like that's what the author Gege Akutami, Japanese isn't my forte, obviously, but I'm thinking him for Jujutsu. I think he might do that with Gojo, where he like, because Gojo's, you know, he has that confidence, and I feel like he'll do that. But the author Akutami did say that, and don't quote me on this, but from what I remember, he wants to kill Gojo.
Who wants to kill Gojo?
The author.
What? I mean, okay, I can kind of see that, because like
he's too OP.
Yeah, it's always that
it's always the best ones, man.
Like I guess the example would be like Hunter x Hunter. You remember the old man
Netro.
I'm choking. Netro was like the best. He was the best, and you're like, no one can beat Netro. And then he's dead, and you're like,
yeah, because I mean, he was like, I think technically the strongest hunter.
Yeah.
So obviously,
and the underdog had to come up. Which really in that part there was really no underdog, I guess. In retrospect, it's always the strongest guy who's brought all the way down and then killed, and then someone has to take his place.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like because look, dude, because we're watching Jujutsu, and just from the episode 3 when Yuji and Nobara was in the
No
building.
butter.
No butter.
What was his name? Nobara. Her.
Yeah.
So she has no butter.
Nobara.
It's like
Kugisaki.
It's like when you're in Chicago and it's like, man, I got no butter, man.
Oh, I did not know that.
I got no butter. You got no butter?
Anyway, when they were in that building with the curse, you saw Gojo and Megumi, Fushiguro. I'm gonna forget those names, but Megumi and Gojo was sitting outside. Remember, while the other two went in.
Yeah.
But you can see like, oh, she's fighting a curse. Okay.
Yeah.
And this could be like life and death. But here's Gojo outside chilling. So when you think about that, it's like, okay, it can't be that bad. Yeah. Because Gojo's like, if it was, Gojo will go in there and fight. Yeah. So just thinking later on, it's like, okay, for them to have like Yuji or somebody to have like a big fight that might be life or death, Gojo shouldn't be around, because if Gojo's around, Gojo can always take care of it. So basically, if he's chilling, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. So once they kill him, that's when you don't know, like, wait, it might actually be like somebody might actually die. Yeah,
that's kind of crazy when you think about it. I did notice he was just sitting there, even whenever the main character kind of got possessed, and finally Gojo shows up, and he's like, all right, he's like, let me talk about my rice balls that I have in this bag.
Like, it looked like mochi.
Yeah, it looked like mochi balls. And of course, like, he had a shopping bag, went shopping for mochi balls. I guess that's what they actually are. And then he gets possessed, or the possession takes over the main character. Main character lashes out. Mm-hmm. Gojo doesn't even blink an eye. He keeps talking about his grocery shopping. And like, he's like,
it's not a souvenir.
The main dude's over here throwing his strongest attacks, and Gojo's just like literally sitting on his back, like, oh, well, it's one of my favorite ones. This is the greatest one. And then I can't remember. Finally, I guess the possession kind of weakens, and the main character finally comes back, and he's like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. Then Gojo walks up and literally just taps him on the head and knocks him clean out.
Yeah. And I'm just like, of course, the strongest character, he could do anything.
Yeah.
Just tap you on the head and you out, bro.
But that's what's. That also is kind of like a foreshadowing of, if he sends somebody somewhere and he's just sitting down, he knows that it's no trouble. He knows that it's not bad. But like the last episode we saw, that curse almost killed that girl. So it's really hard for them to kill these curses. Mm-hmm. So you have to think, what's going to be hard for Gojo? And what are these other people going to have to adapt to get to that level of where they can protect themselves and other people?
They're going to have to train. That's why they got the school.
Yeah, the school.
The thing with that curse, too, is she even said it was easy to kill. But it's because it had the kid as
it had
a
intelligence.
Hostage. Yeah, and even she said it was like maybe a low grade 3. So just think how the curses are going to be when they're like, S rank. You know,
that is really cool to think about, that even the lowest curses can find a way to fight back and be bothersome.
I want to talk about the curses, though, because we were both talking about it when we were watching the episodes.
Yeah.
Because they were saying, the first episode, what is he saying about the time?
The first one, when he was walking in the hallway, and the main character's friend, who was in the like spirit club, whatever, it was walking behind her in the hallway, kept asking repeatedly, what time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Didn't put much emphasis. So the second episode, the next demon was walking and was asking. Oh, it was the third episode.
Yeah, the third episode.
Third episode. That one demon, that curse, was saying, do you want a receipt? I mean, those don't make any sense. It doesn't seem like they're threatening. We thought that it's people who have turned into these curses.
Yeah. But then I remember in the episode they were saying curses are made from the human mind.
Right.
So apparently the curses are stronger when there's a bigger population. Because I think the curses from, I could be wrong, but this is what I think I remember, is curses are basically built up from all the negative energy. And the more people, the more negative, it's just like, it becomes a stronger curse.
A manifestation of negative thoughts. That's basically very interesting. And even though he's like saying, do you want a receipt? Like,
might just be a guy like a retail.
Yeah. Or you have to think, maybe he hated his job. Maybe he kept saying that.
Yeah, you want a receipt? You want to see? I hate my life. I want to die. That freaking negativity's forming into this curse.
That's kind of crazy how that is. Yeah. Just pure negativity can bring by something like that.
So retail, I don't recommend doing it, or you're just going to be creating curses.
Yeah, definitely.
Just put that out there.
But I do have to say, and I don't want to say this and ruin the anime. I think I said it to you already. The main character reminds me of Venom.
Dude, that's actually kind of it's kind of funny because I mean, the thing with Sukuna and Yuji is it kind of looks like it would be Venom.
Yeah.
But Venom kind of like just
he's an embodiment.
Yeah, but he immediately formed with him.
Yeah. This one's a slow one.
Yeah, because well, tell me, why do you think is kind of like Venom?
Well, the reason why I think it's like Venom is because the other symbiotes, besides Venom himself, they would attach to a host and kill the host, and they would end up dying in the process. But this one, the symbiote attaches to Brock, and just so happens he lives. They found a way to make it work.
Found a vessel.
They found the vessel, and then they're very opposites. Venom and Brock, they're complete opposites, but they come together to make a duo. Because Venom was evil, but he was also weak in his time. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But he was evil. Brock was a good guy in the movie, but here you have a good guy who is possessed by a curse.
Which is very evil.
Very evil. A child molester, a rapist. I mean, basically he got possessed by Hisoka. But anyway, and then they're kind of connecting. Not yet. They're not really connecting yet. They're kind of against each other right now. But he's controlling it. There was another thing with Brock and Venom is eventually he was told that he's going to die from having the symbiote inside of him. Well, here you have the main character, I forget his name. I keep forgetting. Yuji. You have Yuji. He's going to eventually die. Either the possession is going to kill him,
or they're going to kill him.
Or they're going to kill him because he's already said, "Hey, I want to stay alive and eat all of these fingers."
Because he's the only one that can, too.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I mean, he's the only one who can. Might as well go ahead and eat them. And they told him that whenever you eat them all, you will die. We'll kill you.
I mean, even and just in case, because even you saw that scene where he ate another finger and Gojo was ready to kill him if he actually got possessed over, but he saw that Yuji actually took control.
You know what was crazy though? What kind of caught my eye is that Gojo's so strong, nothing really like shocks him or nothing.
Yeah.
But in that moment when he ate the finger,
he was ready.
He was ready, and he was alert and watching. So that led me to think, okay, maybe Gojo sees something.
I mean, Sukuna, dude, they even said it in the anime. It's like he's like the strongest curse. Like I think what they said, like the head of curses or something.
He is. Like that. They even said that he was a fictional person, but Gojo
he was a human.
Yeah, Gojo was like, it's false, but he's human. He was a human.
Yeah,
had 4 arms.
Yeah, which is kind of weird, and 2 faces.
Yeah, and 2 faces.
He's 2-faced. I'm very curious to see how many fingers Yuji can take because, okay, I mean, obviously it's manga, it's anime, so, I mean, he probably can take all 20, but I'm kind of curious what would happen if he takes, like, 5, takes 10.
Right.
Like, what would happen to him now? Because, I mean, we just finished episode 3. Who knows what would happen, like, if he eats another finger?
Right. There's no telling. At any moment, he could just flip the lid because he gets way stronger with each finger.
Yeah, but hey, get stronger, it can come down with a downside.
That even makes me think, too, it never showed him get stronger, but I just thought of it because whenever he was fighting the curse in the last episode we watched, he punched clean through a concrete wall.
Yeah.
That was because he couldn't do that originally. And then the girl even questioned him how you do that, and he's like,
oh yeah.
He's like, it wasn't a reinforced wall, but it's still concrete.
He's always been strong and fast, but that's a little different.
Even with the first finger, he couldn't have done that. But the second finger, he wasn't even using his possession. He just punched clean through it.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, so it's basically slowly but surely showing you his strength.
And she even, the girl who was just introduced.
Yeah, Nobara.
Yeah, she even questioned him like, well, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, it wasn't reinforced. And she's like, it doesn't matter. It's a cinder block wall.
Yeah. I love when he just punched the wall, too. And he's like, oh, I missed.
Yeah.
Like, he just doesn't care.
But it's honestly becoming a very good anime. There's a lot of, I'm not going to say similarities between other animes, but it has its own tempo.
Yeah. And I love it, dude. I mean, it's got the Bleach similarities. It's got Naruto. It's got basically all the shonen tropes. And it still even has moments where it reminds me of Hunter x Hunter. And I found out, too, where the author is inspired by Togashi of Hunter x Hunter.
That's good.
So you'll definitely be seeing a lot more of that in there, which I am excited for.
I also I'm glad you pointed out that part where he was talking about he's a big was it Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh yeah.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, he's into girls like Jennifer Aniston. I mean Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence, that's what it was. That's every Jennifer, but but I like how he said that. There's obviously like humor in the anime. There's English humor.
Yeah, there's a. We were talking about it too. Like, we're curious how the dub will be.
Yeah.
Because we were thinking like I think the one for Gojo would probably be good for what's his name? The guy that voices Saitama from One Punch Man, Meadowam from Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but I'll know it when I see it. But I think that might be a good one for Gojo.
Yeah, I think that'd be a very good one. Now, here's the thing. This is one of those animes where I'm hoping for the best. I really am. And I haven't done that with a lot of animes, where a lot of animes I just don't care. This one I hope for the best. I already have full faith that dub, they're going to have a perfect cast.
Dude, I can't wait, because I know Crunchyroll's doing, they have Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if they have it licensed or not, because if they do, then that means they'll do a dub for it.
Right.
Which I think they usually start doing dubs, from what I've seen with their recent anime, like with God of High School, for example. They would have, like, once 6 or 7 episodes are out of that anime, they'll start bringing out a dub with that anime. So if hey, 3 weeks, if we get a dub, dude, I'll be watching the dub too, man.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch the dub.
Because he's bigger on dubs.
Yeah.
So obviously you'd be like, hey, and probably, even if we do get one, we'll probably see some things we didn't notice.
Different emotions, different.
Yeah. And some things too, because like even in episode 3, they'll be talking, and then Kugisaki, the girl, she'll be over here talking too. So they have subtitles at the bottom and the top. And sometimes, if you read fast enough, you can get it.
Yeah.
But you can read them, but sometimes you can't like see their faces. So it's like once they're dubbed, you can hear them without having to read it.
That did get me when they were talking about her. They kept saying a lot of time. They kept saying it over and over again that she's crazy. Yeah. And in their language, I can't see how she's crazy, and I can read it, but I'm like, it kind of is. But like in English, when I hear it and I see the emotion too, I can be like, oh, she is crazy. Like Hizuka, you couldn't really tell he was like weird and stuff from that dialect. I know he said some pretty weird stuff, but you couldn't tell his actual emotion.
It all depends. I think it's all like on the person,
yeah,
on the perspective they take. But I think, honestly, watching a show in a language that you don't know, it doesn't really give you the nuances that you would get in the native language that you do know.
Right.
Therefore, but I think honestly, watching this show or any show in both its original language and then your language helps tremendously.
This is one of those animes where I've never done this ever. Where I've kept up.
I'm surprised. Now that I think about it, it's like
I'm not a sub person. I don't watch sub.
It's crazy. Like y'all think like, oh, it's just like it's normal and stuff, but no, this is a miracle. I don't know. You don't understand.
And it's honestly, what I'm very most proud of, I guess, is not that I am proud that we're staying on top of it, but I'm very proud that the community's staying on top of it also, that they're wanting more, and because without the community pushing that so hard, I wouldn't. I know it sounds bad, but if the community is on top of it and they're like, you gotta, then of course I'm gonna be like, all right, let me catch up.
You want to be on the hype train?
Yeah, I want to be on the hype train. I've never been that before.
That's what I'm saying. It's nice, but then after a while you just get like, okay, because you lose the appeal of like watching a show that you could, and like for instance, the guy from Trash Taste podcast, Joey the Anime Man. He didn't start watching Demon Slayer until like this month, and it's been out for a year. So, because he's like, it's that hype train. Everybody say, go watch it, and he's just like, because I'm like that sometimes too. That everybody keeps telling you watching it, you're like, I'll just watch it my own time and enjoy it because I don't want that influence. Everybody's like saying, hey, they're hyping it up. So when you actually watch it, it just like you don't get as hyped.
That's how I am with I say that's how I am with all anime, but not. It's like One Piece, which I don't need to be holding my breath. I say this in almost every podcast. I don't want an anime to be a Game of Thrones, to where it's great and then it ends terribly. I guess that's why I'm not watching One Piece, because I wanted it to hurry up and end, so somebody could tell me, oh, it's a great ending, and I can go, all right, let me start from the beginning. And I've made it to like 100 and something episodes.
Yeah, bro, but you got like 800 more to go.
Yeah, but I do no filler. I hate filler. I really do.
Yeah, skip the filler. You still got 800 to go.
Yeah. And so far,
so much.
It's only been 3 episodes, but nothing's been filler. There has been a little bit of filler tint inside the episode.
Yeah, and sometimes that might actually be from the manga. Who knows?
Yeah, but it's really though every episode has something to do with the next episode. Or something.
That's the good thing what I like about anime these days is long running anime. They have to put filler in so they can keep it going because you can't pass the manga because that's the source material. So watching this, we get 24 episodes. They're gonna cut it off, and we'll probably wait a year until season 2 comes out. So have time to get more material.
Yeah.
And obviously, they can't reach to the manga because if they do, gotta put in a lot of filler.
Ain't that just the worst thing?
It's the worst. That's why it's hard to watch Naruto, One Piece.
It's not fair.
Bleach. No, that's why the good stuff is now.
Yeah.
Plus, having taken break from a show like for a whole year, you
get rusty.
You miss it though, and you get hyped again when it comes back.
Yeah.
But if you're watching One Piece every week, I mean, obviously there's still hype, but you lose that if it's let's say it's gone for like 3 months and then it comes back, you're just like, oh, let's go. But if it's like 1 week, you're like, all right, ready for my One Piece.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's that time again. Oh.
Yeah. But bring back to Jujutsu, I want to talk about. We kind of went over the scene real quick, but I want to talk about that one scene where Yuji was picking up the bones.
Yeah, I kind of didn't understand that.
That kind of went by my head when I watched it, but I remember reading a tweet where it's more sad for the actual like native Japanese because what they do for a funeral is they pick up bones with chopsticks, and I think they pass it like to each other. And they all pick up the bones of their dead relative. And
he was by himself there.
But he was by himself.
Whoa!
So that's why it was more sad for like all these people, like Japanese, because they're like he has nobody, no relatives.
So he had to pick up all the bones himself and put them in the urn.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really harsh.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, that is kind of sad, But apparently that had like a deeper meaning to Japanese.
Yeah.
I can see that. I mean, to us, obviously, we're not Japanese, so that it went over our heads. But that's a great. I wish we did that more in our culture. I know it sounds bad, but I wish we did that in our culture where we had more respect like that.
That's why I found out why they say don't have chopsticks and pass your food with chopsticks because it's like bad. That's why because in Japan you're passing bones, so you don't pass it with chopsticks.
Wow.
Or don't put chopsticks like
in your food.
Yeah, standing up because that's also they do that for at graves. So, but this is stuff you wouldn't know. I mean, usually,
We're in a different culture, definitely.
Yeah, but let's talk about that animation again, bro.
Dude, okay. I said it multiple times while watching it. Even the fight scenes, even just normal scenes, like whenever they had like a moment where he turned real quick or like, I guess hype scenes. During those hype scenes, it's like Kimetsu. Whenever you had those scenes of Kimetsu, whenever he's pulling his sword out and he's ready, you're hyped because his animation's about to come. But this one, different animation, not like the art that Kimetsu had, but it has its flow. The flow is what I love.
You know what? You're so right, bro. That flow was so smooth.
You could see every movement, and you could see every detail of that movement. Instead of it being like, oh, hand, cutscene. Oh, hand over here.
Yeah.
No, it's literally in one whole scene, the hand's moving and flowing.
Yeah, dude. And like, just think of that when he was possessed, Yuji was, and he just goes up. And he just like, he like flows and just like slams on Gojo.
That's something you really don't see in anime.
Because episode 3 was really showing about the girl, Kugisaki.
Showing her off.
Because, to learn more about her. And again, not simping, but she can beat the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Her ability, a little weird.
Yeah, bro. She's just like hitting nails with a hammer.
I don't even know how to explain it. Literally, she gets nails, does them up, hits them with her hammer, and then they pierce things, and they inject negative energy, whatever.
She puts all her cursed energy into that.
But what's really cool, though, is, and I don't know exactly how to explain it the right way, but Curse was running away, but they chopped his arm off. Arm's laying on the ground, and she's like, hand me the arm. But the curse is getting away. What is she going to do with the arm? She lays a straw doll.
Like a voodoo doll.
Yeah, on it, and then puts a nail through it, but puts the energy into it, and basically it kills the host. So
as long as she has, like, I guess it's body part,
yeah,
she can destroy it.
So that was really cool. Like, basically she has a hammer and nail and voodoo powers. So
because she used her curse energy too. So basically, I wonder if that's all in Jujutsu. Maybe they all use their curse energy. I don't know. I'm not as in depth into this as some things I watch.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's keeping me interested.
I did have a question earlier, and I think I asked you about it, but I still don't know. Most like Gojo, everybody else has their curse energy, but the main guy, Yuji, he didn't have that curse energy. He had a finger, and then boom, curse energy. So how does everybody else have curse energy?
Yeah, that I do not know.
Don't know yet. I mean, maybe it's not explained yet.
Maybe not. I don't know.
But I do know that you can see the curses if you've witnessed death or like a very traumatic experience.
Yeah.
So the scene where they're saving the boy could see the demon.
Yeah, and I think that's why Yuji can see them now, because he experienced death.
Yeah, his grandfather's. Yeah. I have to say, that's kind of a... I know animes usually try to have that heartstring moment where they just kind of pluck the strings, but in the beginning, every episode, it kind of has that, where it's kind of just showing, like, he really does miss his grandfather. His grandfather was alone at death, and...
That was all his family.
And I do like where he's getting accepted into the school, and he says, "Oh, I'm fighting him because of my grandfather." And then the principal's like, "That's it? Your grandfather's just another person, really?" So he's like, "You fighting these curses is probably going to curse your grandfather."
Yeah, no, yeah, it's the good thing about. I mean, it's bad. It sounds bad, but the good thing about his grandfather dying, like peacefully, like that, is for him getting in curses and destroying them. Like, his death could have been worse. He could have been like butchered, and even worse. So having like it's best for him to go like that, because he would have died eventually.
Yeah. And
it probably would have been a lot worse.
That's crazy. You never see a normal death anymore.
Yeah, being a Jujutsu sorcerer.
Yeah. I think they even said that it's rare to see people just die of natural causes.
Yeah. And man, I'm so excited, bro. That episode 4 preview was so short, but that was a new curse. I don't know if you remember it. That other curse, it looked like it was one that was very buff.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's going to be tough, and he's going to have to fight that, so that's going to be very interesting.
Very interesting. It's something to look forward to, definitely. Definitely looking forward to how he's going to use his newfound powers, even though he's eaten another finger. How he's going to...
Well, he can't. Remember, if he's got to fight this one, Gojo specifically said, "Don't bring out Sukuna."
Yeah, because you'll get rid of the... Oh, whoa.
So he's going to have to use his knife.
That's it. That's all he's got is a knife and his strength. Oh, that is why. Holy crap. That is why he can't change, because the fingers are used to get rid of the other curses. He is nothing but the finger, so if he brings that out, it literally will like deter the other curses.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, it will, but it's also, I feel like, I mean, obviously it'll like, hurt the Megami and Kugisaki, the girl, but I feel like it's Gojo wants him to train without having to rely on Sukuna.
That's good. I like how it's like this secret training almost.
Yeah, basically. And I'm just like, man, I'm gonna be so upset when they actually kill Gojo off, because I'm like, he's my favorite character, man. Like he's like the strong one. I don't know. From what I've read in the manga, I didn't see anything like that happening soon. So I feel like we're gonna have him for a while.
Okay, I was like, he dies.
Alright. I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I'm just, what I read is the author wants to do that, but who knows if he will or not. I mean, I expect it to.
No telling. I'm actually pretty excited. I mean, I'm not excited about his death or whatever, but obviously, if he's gonna die, then there's gonna be a really big reason why. It's gonna be huge.
It's gotta be big. It's gotta be huge, bro. Huge. I think, and two, with because you remember, like Kugisaki, they have to experience death to see the curses, right?
Right.
Okay. She kept talking about Coyote-chan. And I'm like, I don't know who the heck this girl is. They keep talking about this girl.
Yeah.
And then she was saying she wanted to see her again, like in Tokyo or something. I'm like, I thought she was dead.
Yeah, that is very odd. I can't grasp that. So do you think that she can see these curses because whoever this person is has died and she watched them die?
That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know why she's saying like she'll see her again.
Yeah.
Maybe when she dies. I don't know. Maybe she plans on dying.
So she said something about whenever you visit Tokyo, let's go to that the cake shop or the candy shop, whatever it is, or the what is it called?
Pie.
I can't remember what it was. Some kind
Shop?
of like coffee shop or like cream shop, whatever.
Yeah, it's some shop.
Yeah, something. But yeah, she said she's going to meet her there. Another mystery, something else that we don't know.
Have we seen Megumi's though?
Megumi's. No.
We've seen about her what she can see, but Megumi, the guy, I don't remember how he got.
There's really nothing about him. So really, it's had said nothing yet about him. The only thing it has said about him is I really can't think of anything. It's just kind of said he's quiet. He kind of does his own thing, and hard-headed, obviously. He's kind of like a Seto Kaiba of this.
Kinda, yeah. He reminds me of Sasuke a lot.
Sasuke, yeah, I don't know that life, but
Yeah, man, I tell him get on that Naruto, bro.
but he's a good character. All of them are really good characters. I'm not disappointed with one character yet.
I'm curious though. Like, I'm ready for the other characters coming in. Like, we've seen them in the endings and opening.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
I'm excited for this Panda Bear.
yeah. Where is Panda, man?
The panda.
Where's Panda?
You see him leaping over buildings and stuff like a meme, and all of a sudden it's just a panda. I don't understand.
You're just staring at other pandas getting it on. You know what I mean?
Dang.
Like this panda, bro. But I know a little bit about the panda from reading the manga from what I can remember.
Yeah.
But I'll just leave that to the
I
imagination.
like how they get both sides. They get somebody who knows and somebody who doesn't know.
Yeah, but I don't know much. So
Sometimes it's a good thing.
So what would you rate it?
Right now,
If you had to get a rating so far for 3 episodes.
it's a very early rating, but right now I'd give it an 8.5.
8.5, bro. That is higher than mine. Mine would be an 8.
Really?
Yeah, because I think that I love the smooth animation.
Yeah.
And the framing, dude. Like, I know a lot. Even I've heard people were complaining about this because they're just like, oh, look, like they'll just take frames from animation. And I'm like, obviously, I can understand if you're doing it with art, but with animation, while they're moving really fast and you try to get something,
That's harsh.
I'm like, I don't feel like that really counts because I mean, it's the animation.
Yeah.
It's supposed to like flow.
So do you think, okay, with the ratings that we give now, it's only been 3 episodes in, we give it an 8.5.
I don't think mine would change.
You don't think it will?
No.
Well, I think mine will go down.
You think so?
Now, the only reason I say this is because watching Kimetsu, I started watching it, and I'm like, 10. And I kept watching it. Don't get me wrong, it's great. It's a really good anime.
You gave it a 10 at the beginning?
At the very beginning, I gave it a 10.
What?
But then, after I started watching it, I'm like 12, 13, 14. But then, whenever I finished watching it, I was like 8. Because I finished it, and I'm like, it was really good. Still things that I didn't expect happen, and it didn't really go well, but it went great. Now, this one, I'm giving it an 8.5. Great start, but if I can give it at least a 0.5 more, then this will be one of my favorite animes. Because my favorite anime still is not a 10.
And that's Shield Hero.
Yeah. Right now it's Shield Hero. Well, that's one. It's between that one and Kimetsu. I gave both of those. I think they both have an 8. Oh, and Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, Attack on Titan
Has an 8 also.
Bro, that's not for me.
Dude, I can't.
Well, you haven't really.
Yeah, I haven't delved as deep as you.
You haven't like saw everything.
Yeah.
Okay, but with Kimetsu, the movie came out on Friday today.
Wow.
Of recording, that it came out today in Japan. And it's blowing up in Japan right now because they just lifted like COVID procedures or something, I guess.
In Japan?
Yeah, specifically for the movie.
Yeah.
And it's blowing like Japan movie history. Like,
right.
From what they're making, like I think they made 1 billion.
Whoa.
Yen. I don't know how much 1 billion yen.
Dude, that sounds like a lot, but
Sounds like a lot, and that's only in 7 hours.
you have to think though, like 1 billion yen is. I mean, 1 billion's a big number, and even if it's in yen, that's still a pretty large amount of money.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's like in the million.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But this, I have some comments from people that actually went to go see the movie. If
Really?
you're curious what they think.
So there's people who's actually seen the movie that are, wow, I'm actually excited about this.
So this person says, I cried so much that I cried myself to death even after reading the original story so many times that if I hadn't known about it beforehand, my tear glands would have been broken and would have been imparable. I got to see a lot of Rengoku. He was so strong and cool, and the cinema environment was very nice. And then a couple more. It was great from the beginning to the end. The visuals and the cast acting and the unusual excitement at the end was amazing. The faces of the audience was as they walked out of the theater looked like they were going to wake up.
Wow.
We laughed and cried when we watched with our parents and children. It was a weekday morning, but I was surprised to see that the theater was packed with people. My 6-year-old couldn't stop shushing over a while after it was over. I want to see this movie again. So everybody's apparently really loving it. But then I found one that had a different opinion. This guy said, finally, as I mentioned in the story structure, I think the Infinite Train arc, which is about the movie, would be more useful as a TV series. Because this Kimetsu, it's as a movie format.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would improve on the parts of the show. That's why I gave it a dry rating. I would love for UFO Table to start production on the second season with the Mugen Train arc. So, I mean, obviously you see from most of the reception, they love it. It's really good.
I'm gonna have to. Now, of course, I'm not saying that their comments are wrong, but I'm gonna have to see it to believe it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because just like there's been some animes that came out that people are like 10 out of 10. I watch it and I'm like 0.
I feel like they say, from what I've read, they say the animation's even better than in the anime.
Holy
what
crap.
we've seen before.
How?
That's what I'm saying. How?
How can you do that? I mean, you're gonna have to make it look like freaking Avengers in this soon. But
Make it look real life.
you said it was $1 billion yen. To us, that's 9,485,416 United States dollars.
You see, that's really good for Japan.
Yeah.
Because in America, they're making 100 millions. But 9 million in 7 hours, really freaking good.
That is good.
What, in 7 hours? Bruh.
7 hours.
And you know what's crazy? There's some people that will never see $1 million their whole entire life. And they're making that much in 7 hours.
Japan cinema is doing crazy. With who knew Kimetsu would be so big?
Wow, dang.
Let's say, because dude, like literally for the first 10 or so volumes, the sales were mediocre. And then it started rising up a little bit, and then once the anime was announced, it kind of got bigger. And then once it aired, and after it aired, it shot up. It was making like 30,000 every volume, and then like 50,000, 100,000. And then once the anime after it aired, it started selling 3 million, like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. It started selling more than One Piece. No. So I'm just like, yo, this legit just shot up. So I'm definitely hyped for a Mugen Train. It's gonna be coming to theaters next year in America.
This is next year. I have to wait till next year?
Yeah, it sucks. But I'm gonna be there. And so if you show up, you'll see me right in there just chilling, bro. I'll be like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there day one.
Day one. I'm gonna go over there, like, I'm gonna watch it twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
I'll watch it 3 times.
I'm gonna watch it 4 times.
You know what? I just won't watch it at all.
That's how we always do, man. It's like every time we do something, it's like we just raise the stakes, and then once I keep doing it, Logo always just like, yeah.
I did it with Joker though, because we said the same thing about Joker, and I still watch it.
You watch that way too.
Okay, I've watched it almost every day. I know it sounds bad, but when I go to sleep at night,
That's very
I just turn it on. But in movie theaters, I watched it like 8 times.
See, that's insane, bro. Just think about that. All that money you spent.
Money, yeah, because I spent money 3 times to watch it. The other ones I got for free.
Oh yeah, you just walked in.
Yeah.
Illegal. We got him, boys. No, but speaking of that, dude, I remember when Deadpool came out, and I went to go see it in theaters, and I wanted to go see it again. I had nothing to do, so I went in the bathroom, waited like 30 minutes, and went back in and
Watch it again.
watched it again.
Wow.
And I won't say what happens after that, but let's just say I got to watch it multiple more times. More times, that's English. It's great English. But yeah, and I bought it on Blu-ray too. So
That makes up.
see, that makes up for it. See, I'm telling you, if I like a movie, I'm gonna go, purchase it. If I like something, I'll purchase it. If I don't, well,
I don't even have a DVD player anymore. Today's time, I just don't use a CD.
dude, that's why I bought a PlayStation, and so I could watch my movies. I mean, obviously I wanted, PlayStation and play some games. That's why I bought Final Fantasy. Just, I was like, hey, why not? And but I know we were talking about stuff earlier, so we're gonna talk about more stuff. No, I wanted to talk about dude, I had this. Okay, I don't know how to start this. I had a really weird dream last night. Okay, And I want to talk about more about dreams because I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Because you've always been a big fan of like Inception.
Yeah, I love Inception. My favorite freaking movie.
So we're now delving into the inception of dreams through Jake.
From what I can remember, because there's a lot of stuff going on, okay, but from what I can remember, I was in a pasture and there's a dead cow just lying there on a hill.
Okay.
And I'm with some people, I don't know who, and I'm walking up there, okay? But then all of a sudden people say, wait, don't, it's fake. And they're like, what? And I'm looking up and there's a helicopter coming down with like a magnet or like a net about to pick up the cat.
Right.
And okay, legit. I'm 100% telling you the truth. Okay, this is legit a weird freaking dream I'm having. And I'm like, okay, everybody's saying, run, it's the government. I'm like, what?
Sorry, hold on.
It's the government. I'm telling you. And they're trying to trick people. They're trying to like get you up to the cow, and then you find out it's fake, and then they capture you.
Like with a net, like just.
Yeah, and capture you and the cow, I guess. I don't know.
Wow.
And so we get up there, we're trying to hide, but they see us. And so we're like, they're trying to catch us or something. I don't know. And I'm in the woods, and I'm running away, and they're trying. And I'm with some people, and they're tracking us down. But then I found these people, and it really felt like kind of like a Hunger Games setting. Like everybody had like I was trying to hide it, and I got up on this building, and there was like these wolves about to attack me, and I was about to like.
Is it the same dream?
Same dream. Like I'm running through the woods, and government's still out.
Dang, government's still after you. Like in real life.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Pay your taxes. And so they were legit like about to kill me, and then somebody comes in like whistles or something, and the wolves stop and go back down. I'm like, what the heck? And it's like it's people with like bow and arrows and like swinging on trees, and like it's like. And it's all like younger people too. And apparently there's like this like gang going around.
Yeah.
And like they're like going against the government basically. And I got in on it with them. And a lot of other stuff happened. I don't know what, but that's just like the dreams I'm having. I have no idea what's going on. But that's the reason why I brought that up was because it's weird. But also it's just like I don't know why these things happen. Like just the dreams that you have. Okay. Like how. I don't know where it comes from. Like, I don't know why your mind thinks like this. Like, you even have like somebody come in your mind, and like you can't really see their face. So there'll be like people you haven't even talked to, but you just seen their face. And
well, you know that dreams are like a representation of what's going on in your personal life. So I guess the best question to ask is like, how would you pertain this dream to what you're
doing? The government is after me. Screw the government!
I used to study.
It's all lies, they tell you! I swear! It's all lies! But yeah, Inception's a really good movie. I definitely recommend watching that.
So, I used to study this stuff in college, and
okay.
I don't even know where to go.
Drink bang.
I used to work in the psychology field, and I don't.
You're like, oh, you're crazy.
I legit when listening, I'm like, oh, he must be experiencing loss in his life. And then I'm like, the government's a fraud. The government, this dude cares about the government too much.
Legit, I never even talk about that.
They freaking use bow and arrows and shit, man.
Legit, it felt like the Hunger Games or something, man. I don't know what.
I mean, honestly,
I really felt bad for that cow for a second.
If you think about it, I mean, it kind of is, because the government's out to kill us all. And they'll do anything to get to us.
Yeah, like if they really want you,
they're gonna get you. And I mean, that's... there it is. There's the explanation. You already know. You had a premonition of the future. The lesson for today is if you see a dead cow, just watch for nets and helicopters.
Yeah. Just if you
and don't trust the government.
Don't trust the government. But, dude, I don't know, because I think that's why I really liked Inception. In 7th grade, when I used to write stories, and I wrote a story about dreams.
Right.
And then, of course, while I was writing it, a couple months later, Inception was announced. I saw the trailer. I'm like, frick, man, Christopher Nolan stole from me, man. He wasn't writing that for 10 years, man. But it's honestly a really good movie. And just, I love the concept about it because the thing what I like about it is just like about time.
Right.
About space. It's there. We have it. But we don't know anything about it. Like the sea, there's so much stuff we don't know. So it's obviously, about like anime, Jujutsu. It's like, it's cool stuff.
Right.
And like with the world, it's like, but that's not real. This stuff is. Yeah. We have it. So just that concept of like knowing it's real just makes it so much more interesting to me.
So like,
The government.
I'm still trying to comprehend. But anyway, have you ever thought
Is this a
like
Christopher Nolan film?
what?
Trying to comprehend.
Have you ever thought that right now is a dream? I know we've all had those jokes when we were younger, like
In a simulation.
what if all this is we're in a simulation? But have you ever sat down one time, like just by yourself, and you just think, what if none of this is real? Like, what if, like, you know how we watch movies on TV screen? What if we're just behind the TV screen? What if this is a movie and we're just side characters or main characters? Because what if this isn't
The Matrix.
What if this is the Matrix? What if none of this is real? We're just a code. What if I'm ones and zeros?
I mean, they always mess up when we have deja vu. But
It
like,
really
oh, flip
does.
backspace.
I had deja vu the other day.
About what?
The other day, I was
The other
actually.
day? Yeah, deja vu about the other day.
I had.
The other day. I'm sorry I messed you up, man. I'm sorry.
I can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue, but all I know is that I saw a woman with a child, and the child was running away, and the mom reached over and was like, "Hey," and grabbed the kid and pulled him back. And I was watching, and I was like, "Oh, that was close," because a crowd of people were just walking. And that deja vu hit so hard, I was like, I know. I was like, I can remember all these people's faces. And I just kept looking, and I'm like, am I being followed? Legit, the first thing I thought is I'm being followed. And so I started looking around, and whenever I, like, legit, this is me. This is me. I'm like, I turn and look, and there's a guy staring me dead in my eyes. And I stared at him, and he just stared back, and I was like, holy shit.
Dude, you know what would be freaky? If he went up to you while he's staring at you, he's just like, wake up.
But what if he was like, son? And I'm like, Dad?
You got the milk! Oh my god! Back!
He has a cigarette in his mouth. Oh, yeah.
I drink it all the way up.
Dude, I'm dead serious, though. Like, what if, if he would have looked at me and was like, wake up, logo. And I'm like, and then all of a sudden everything comes clear, and I have a freaking needle in the back of my neck, and I pull it out, and I'm like, coming out of goo like I'm being birthed, and I'm like, looking around, I'm like, where are you being used as fruit?
Dude, that's legit. Oh my gosh, I can't remember what movie it was, but there was a movie where that happened, and they woke up, and it was hell. Like all the aliens took over you. They had you in pods and stuff.
What if we're in hell right now?
Well, that would suck, but it would explain a lot of things, to be honest.
Yeah, because this 2020 freaking sucks, man.
Yeah, bro. Like, if you're watching this from years from now, watch they be like 2030, and they're like, man, 2020 had nothing on 2030.
2030, everybody's dying of
These
disease.
stupid white kids are being stupid.
It's like there's a war between robots and stuff, and they're like, they only had a disease. We have freaking robots that are killing us.
iRobot, confirm.
Alexa is trying to penetrate me right now.
Stop it, Google. Stop it. I don't like it there.
I don't understand. AT&T, go suck a dick. Anyway, because I have no fucking service no matter where I go. And I'm paying a freaking butt-ass load to keep me on service, but...
AT&T, bro. I'm telling you, they're customer service.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember I used to work at retail, and we used to have cell phones. So me and other associates would have to call AT&T to get their phone set up, whatever.
Right.
And legit, they would know nothing, and they'll just keep. So the longer they keep you on the line, I don't know if they get. I think they get paid more.
They get paid more.
So and I think they get paid like every 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And my associate got so mad at them because it's like hello, yes, we have to do this over. Did you click number 1? Like okay, just hang up and call again or just bullcrap. And he legit got so pissed, and he's just like, "Let me talk to your manager. Let me and he's just like, "Oh no, we can do it." And he's like, "No," and he would just keep hitting zero, to make them shut up. And then one time he'll hang up, call, and a girl picks up, gets done in like 2 minutes.
Wow.
And I'm like, it just shows you and I mean AT&T sucks.
You know,
And I've never even had it.
I have an experience with AT&T.
Do tell.
The other day, I was looking at my... I had an email come through. AT&T's emailing me about my paying my phone bill, which I have it on the auto thing where they just takes money straight out of my account, pays for it. Well, I noticed I got the email 3 times in a row.
Okay, so my mic's actually working now. I'm so sorry for the people that were listening and just hearing my crappy audio off the camera. I'm so sorry I wasn't paying attention. I'm so sorry. I'm a freaking retard. Can I say that? I just did. But yeah, we are finally back now with good freaking audio. I hate myself. But yeah, anyway, Logo, how are you doing? What were you just talking about?
Great. Oh, we were talking about AT&T.
Yes, in case if you cared.
But I had an email come through, and it was... At the time, it was 3 emails. While reading the third one, which I didn't read the other 2, I read the third one first, another email came through. and he was talking about my account with AT&T, and I was thinking, I was really confused why I kept getting the same one over and over again. I was like, maybe they accidentally did it. So it said it took my normal wage out of my bank account to pay for my phone bill, but they took it out 4 times.
4 times.
So I sat there and I was like, what the heck? So immediately I'm like, oh man. I was like, of course this is a mistake. Of course they'll fix it. That's what I thought. Until they were like, oh, well, you're 4 payments behind. I was like, hold on, let me go to my emails and my account. I know I have not been behind. I have it on automatic, so if it's behind, it's y'all's fault.
Yeah.
So I kept looking. I even went to my account. I even went to the bank, and I was like, I need you to pull these back up. Because I'm not about to lose this money.
Right.
Even though it's not a lot of money, it's
That's
my money.
4 bills.
Yeah, 4 bills.
That adds up.
So, well, actually, it is a lot of money. I mean, it's almost $100 per bill.
Yeah.
So that's like $400.
Bro, that's like groceries for a month, man.
Man, and I straight up was just, I was so ticked off, but I was understanding. I was like, it's okay, I understand. But then when they started talking about, like, no, it's your fault, then I stopped understanding.
Like, you listen here.
But anyway, they gave me my money back after a lot of really good choice English words that I used.
Oh, nice.
They wouldn't know what these are in Japan. Or in Spanish, they wouldn't understand either.
Okay.
But there were a lot of really good words, a lot of long words in the dictionary that I didn't know existed, and I used them. And I got my money back, and now I have a free month.
Good.
And also, I now know the girl's name, and I know her personally now, who is over this crap. So when I have a problem, I call her directly.
Bro, what did she sound like? Did she sound English, like American?
Yes. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. She has an attitude.
Oh.
She has a big attitude. Because I'm just this stupid boy. From me quoting her, I'm a stupid boy. I went to the AT&T store where she was at visiting. She wasn't at work there. She was visiting.
Oh, that's funny. Kind of like a rep or
Yeah.
something.
Met her.
No, my experience with the AT&T was like after I couldn't like get like when I was still working at retail and I couldn't work with this guy. Went to they couldn't even help me and I talked with him for half an hour. So he switched me over to this lady that spoke really good English.
Yeah.
I could hear her clearly. She even had a sense of humor because I like to joke around on keep it less boring. And it was easy. She fixed me up like that, and I'm like, why can't they always be like this?
Yeah. I mean, I know there's problems. There's always problems that people just like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't expect this, or I'm sorry, I accidentally did this. Completely understandable, but laziness, that's ridiculous.
And trying to cheat you and stuff. Like it's not that they're Indian, okay? I don't give a crap what kind of race they are.
Yeah.
It's just like you're not doing your job right.
Right.
You're just causing pain and suffering from other people.
Yeah.
For other people.
I will say where I live, phone service is scarce. It's bad, and I need as much as possible because my whole life runs off of phone service and Wi-Fi and everything. So ever since all that happened, I noticed my Wi-Fi got really slow. Like really slow. So I don't know if it's just like timing or what, but it's a really cruel joke that I'm not laughing at.
It's not funny.
No, it's
not very pleasant.
But
dude, AT&T, since they bought out DirecTV 2, DirecTV sucks. I mean, I don't have cable or anything like that anymore. I just watch everything on the internet. But from what I've seen and heard, basically anything AT&T does, it's garbage.
I'm not, and they even told me that I'd get free DirecTV with my plan that I had for my phone.
You'd be like, no thanks.
Oh, I said yeah from the beginning.
Oh, really?
I said yeah, and I was like, if it's free, heck yeah. They lied. It added another like $150 something to my thing, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Y'all said it was free." They're like, "No, we didn't." I was like, "I have paperwork stating that you said it was free," and they're like, "Oh, that was what's your name?" I don't give a fuck. What? And I was like, "Take it off," and I want my money back. They're like, "Well, we can't do that," and I was like,
"It's like, oh, I bet you can."
So I legit got my phone, and this was me mad. I got my phone, and I was just like, boom! I threw it on the table, and I was like, "You can keep your fucking phone too." And they were like, whoa, let's not do that. Because they knew that if I gave the phone back, they're like, oh, we're not going to make nothing off of this.
Right.
So they're like, well, we'll help you out. And then they lowered my bill a little bit. I was like,
watch, they bring it right back up.
Oh, dude, my bill is basically back to what it used to be.
I wonder how that happened.
Stupid. So,
Switch. Have you ever heard of digital art? Let me rephrase that. Japan digital art. You know what? Okay. I'm just going to show you.
Digital art.
Oh, digital. Okay. You know, I'm sorry I butchered that word.
Bro, I have words. There was a word I said. I butchered it. And I can't remember.
Digital. Okay. I'm going to show you this. I'll put it on the screen for the viewers out there. But this is the digital art I'm talking about.
Whoa.
It's very cool. See that? Very nice indeed. Yes.
This is
Very, very classy.
it's very insane. It's kind of like, it's like a fever dream.
It looks amazing.
It does. I mean, it soothes my soul looking at this.
Right?
Makes me not think of AT&T at all.
Exactly. It's just like, yo, this is peace and tranquility.
That's great.
And
And
harmony.
so what about, I want to know more about this.
Okay, I've always wanted to visit Japan. Obviously, you know this. Everybody knows this. But I haven't gone yet.
Right.
And that's one thing I wanted to go to when I go to Japan, right? And obviously, like trick art museums and everything. That I think that would be amazing. I just saw the news today on this article where they're saying they're bringing this to America.
They bring it to America?
The digital art.
It's going to suck.
And it's by the same company, though.
Okay.
Team Lab. Okay, that's the name. They're bringing
Team Lab. That sounds familiar.
They're bringing one from Japan over to America. And I'm like, okay, cool. It's probably going to be in like, you know, freaking California and New York, right?
Right.
It's going to be in Florida.
That's not too bad.
Miami. And I'm just like, well, it's kind of closer to us. So I'm like, and they say it's going to open in December of this year.
Whoa.
So I'm like, well, I know where I'm going to be in December.
All right. So just to let y'all know, we're making a trip.
Making a trip to Miami. But I'm very excited. I'm definitely, because I'm like, yo, this, because I've always wanted to, and PewDiePie went to one. When he went to Japan, he went to one. And I've seen like Twitter mutuals where they've gone to it too. And it looks so good.
Okay. I'm a sucker for tranquility. I'm a sucker for just the awe-inspiring of like, I made a trip to Alaska. I stayed for a couple months. And I can remember climbing mountains, climbing all this other stuff. To the Alaskans, they're hills. But to us, they're mountains. I remember I was standing on top and the wind's blowing really hard. I'm just looking off into the horizon. And I'm like, wow, I could sit there all day. Now, what you're talking about, I feel like I'm going to have one of those moments where I'm just like, this is beauty.
I mean, the thing too is from both of those, I mean, this is, you know, digital.
Yeah.
And that's real life.
That's crazy is that something digital like that. I mean, even just seeing on your phone of them people walking, I'm like, there's no way.
It looks amazing.
And now, there's not much art. There's only one person who does art that I look at and I'm like, wow. And she knows who she is. But whenever I see that art, I'm like, wow, this is the real stuff. This is something that I've never seen. This is inspiring to me. It makes me want to try harder in the art aspects of life. It makes me want to see more. But
I mean, the right art,
right,
I feel like can change people. If that's not kind of corny,
it really can.
I mean, dude, just seeing this, like, if it seems so amazing on screen, just think how it'd be in person.
Right.
And that's why, I mean, I know it's, you know, it's far, but I'm still like, yo, I don't have to go to Japan to go to this now.
Yeah, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah, so I just gotta hop, skip, and jump away,
Yeah.
and then I'll get there.
Let's just get a plane ticket.
Oh man, yay, Corona.
Yeah. But I'm very excited for something new because I won't lie, around here, nothing. There's nothing.
No.
History.
Why do you think we're doing a podcast? Like, come on. Dude, I don't know why. That's just like something really short. But dude, the other day, I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm that guy. I had dial-up like 10 years ago. It really be hard out here. Sad boy hours for sure. But the other day, I was out using Wi-Fi. Okay.
Yeah.
And like, I think it was like, I don't know, 10 o'clock at night. And this dude just comes right beside me, okay? And I always think it's like a cop because every time I do hang out at night, a cop shows up like, hey, what you doing? You know?
Yeah.
And so I just don't look. And then I look up and the guy's at my window. It wasn't a cop. It was just some regular guy. And usually at night, that's when like actually like, it could be in the day, nobody ever comes up the window. But once that's night, that's when people start getting crazy and stupid.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. So I rolled out the window. It's like, hey, is the Wi-Fi working? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, if I'm sitting there, you know.
The obviously the Wi-Fi's working.
Yeah, I don't want to just be sitting there. And he's like, okay. It's like, thanks. I'm like, no problem. And I'm like rolling up the window. Okay, I thought that was it. Like, you just, you know, tell him the Wi-Fi. Then he just randomly turns around and is like, hey, have you seen my girlfriend anywhere? And I'm just like,
She's in my back seat.
I should have joked around. I was just like, no, I haven't seen her.
That's kind of strange. He goes from, is the Wi-Fi working, to have you seen my girlfriend? First off, I've been like, yeah, I know exactly who your girlfriend is, sir.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he was saying like, yeah, she was walking up the sidewalk and stuff. I'm like, no, haven't seen her. And then and then he's like, okay, thanks. And he gets in the car and just leaves. And I'm like, do you not care about the Wi-Fi?
Bro, that could have been like, when he said girlfriend, it could have been like a girl he kidnapped and she got away and he's looking for her. Like, dude, that could be so many things.
That's what I'm saying. And I just thought that was like, I'm like, what the heck, man? Like,
it's so scary, like, thinking that it could really be something huge. It could be something.
You never know.
Like, what if, like, the next thing happened, a policeman comes out, hey, did you see a guy? He was about this tall. And you're like, holy crap. And the policeman's like, yeah, he's a serial killer.
Oh, yeah. Like,
he's, like, trapping young women.
Dude, that's why I know I've seen a lot of people that they're okay with people coming up to their windows or like they're always safe. Like, yeah, I'm just eating a bowl of cereal in my car, you know, just like random stuff. Me, I'm always weary because I mean, I've heard people where they have like, you know, people point a gun at them, you know, right out the window. And because I mean, especially in like, you know, the dangerous places, it's like you're stopped at a red light, you can't move, you got traffic. That's the best time somebody come up there.
And yeah, that's it, dunzo.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, you know, and not always, just in case, I lock the doors, you know.
Somebody jump in and take you for a ride.
And it's crazy, too. I love how, well, I don't love it, but how crime is here compared to Japan. There's still crime everywhere. Yeah. But I've seen so many videos where you could be like this. Hey, look, I got my wallet, my phone. I'm going to leave it here on the sidewalk. And I'm going to walk away. I'm going to go to the restroom. I'm in a restaurant. I'm going to leave my laptop and all this stuff right here. Go to the restroom for 5 minutes, come back, still be there, not even touched.
Bro, okay.
That's Japan.
I don't even do that in my own house. I won't even leave my wallet out in my own house.
In your own house?
Like legit.
You never know, man.
Whenever I was younger, and I lived with my parents, I didn't leave my wallet anywhere to be found. If it wasn't in my back pocket, I had it hidden because I knew that someone was going to grab money out of it. That's how it just was. Even in restaurants, like let's say I walked into McDonald's. Yeah. I'm not even going to leave my wallet out of my back pocket. I'm going to literally pay, pull my stuff out, and I'm going to put it right back in my pocket, deep in my pocket, and make sure that it's with me. If I go to the bathroom, I'm taking everything with me.
Right. And in some places, I'm having my wallet in my front pocket.
Yeah.
Because like they'll try to take it from your back. Bump into you.
I just recently went to the fair.
Yeah.
And I was always told as a kid, don't ever put your wallet in your back pocket at the fair because of pickpocket. So I put it in my front pocket.
Right.
It's a lot safer because it's a lot tighter of a pocket.
Yeah. They're definitely going to be like trying to grab you.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to.
So that's going to get a handful of ass.
Exactly. So, well, speaking of the fair though, how was it, man? Because I didn't go.
Well, it's actually staying until Sunday. So I will say this, when I was a kid, it was a lot more overwhelming. Like, whoa, there's so much. Oh my goodness. And of course, coronavirus is a little sketchy with it too. It makes it a little smaller, but it's not what it used to be.
What do you mean?
It used to, when I was a little kid, it was so much bigger because I was so much smaller.
Well, yeah.
Also, I went the first time and I was like, oh wow, it's like bringing back so much nostalgia. And I was like, let's ride a ride. Let's ride one. I rode it and I'm like, that's freaking dangerous. And then I rode another ride and I'm like, that kind of hurt a little bit.
And you're getting old, bro.
And then I rode this one ride that when I was a little kid, I used to ride it all the time. I got on it and I'm like, what the heck? This ride is scary. Like I started riding and in my head, I'm thinking, this is it. And then me and somebody else got on a ride. And I can remember we were going, and I can remember my legs went numb because I'm like, this is it. I can feel my blood get cold, and I was like, holy crap, dude, I'm scared to death.
Were you always like this?
No, never. I used to ride every ride, and now I'm like, what the heck? Why am I terrified of it?
Dang, bro.
And it's because when I was a little kid, the rides they didn't have that much G-force. They didn't have that much like momentum and stuff.
Movie, G-force?
Never watched
with
it.
hamsters.
Oh yeah, I did watch that. I didn't like it that much.
Yeah. Anyway.
But anyway, we got on this one ride. It's called the yo-yo. All it is just chain link swings on it that they rise up and then they start spinning you way up in the air. Used to when I was a kid, it'd go by and you're like, ooh, look around, it's so beautiful. Now it swings you so hard, you're almost like sideways, and you're like, holy shit. And I can remember just sitting there in the ride, and like I'm holding on for dear life. I'm like, we're gonna die.
Yeah, this is it.
I looked around, I'm like, this isn't even fucking beautiful.
I can't make another podcast again.
And when I got off the ride, it had my mind going so hard of like, it gets harder. I don't know if it's me getting older, but I can even remember like some kids were getting on rides and you'd hear their mom telling them they had whiplash. And for those who don't know what whiplash is, it's like when there's a lot of strain on your neck or certain parts of your body that causes like pain, like a crick in your neck where you can't look one way or the other. These rides were really hurting people. But besides the rides, some were fun.
I wonder if they're like they're not being taken care of as much anymore.
I think it's becoming more relaxed of we'll just turn it on and go. Because they're going to make their money. I mean, once you ride it, that's it. You're done. Once you pay for your tickets, you're done.
Like, I'm not even a big fan of the fair. Like, I haven't been in years.
Yeah.
And it's really that, I mean, I've talked about this. It's really the best thing for, like, friends.
Yeah.
Or, dates.
Hanging out and stuff.
Even sometimes for a kid, but only for a few times.
Honestly, I went for just the food.
Bro, I am jealous, though.
And it's good.
Chicken on a stick.
Chicken on a stick's very good. It's all, there's a lot of different things.
Their lemonade's good.
I like corn dogs from
The
there.
corn dogs is good.
With mustard on it.
Sounds good right now.
But I do love that. I love the fair food. But again, I don't know if I'm getting older because I ate my fill and I was sick. And it's just like the fair. You ever had that time in your life?
State fair.
Yeah, state fair. You ever have that time where like in your hometown, this new store opens up and you're like, wow, it's so clean. It's so nice. Everybody's so nice here. Why is it so nice? It's been a long time since I've seen something like this. And then give it a year. Or yeah, give it a week and then you're like, I'm never coming back here.
Yep.
The fair
it's like that.
has always been dirty, but now it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, I don't really want to come back.
I don't know why people keep going back, dude.
But I still like the food. And I really just want to go for the food and maybe some rides. And I guess now that I'm getting older, it's more fun to watch people have fun at the fair than me actually do that because it's kind of rough. But I will say it's fun. It's a very good experience. As a kid, it was better. As a kid, it was a lot more fun because I didn't have all that in my mind. And also, just on food alone, I spent over $100-something.
Yeah, that's insane.
I spent over $100-something.
What are you even freaking buying, bro?
Dude, I was buying a chick on a stick, alligator on a stick, chicken on a stick.
I didn't know. Man.
Gator on a stick, corn dog on a stick.
You any funnel cakes?
That's some good stuff. We had one funnel cake. It had powdered sugar, chocolate syrup, and M&Ms on it.
You hear this, man? I feel like I'm gaining 5 pounds just to listen to this.
That's why I'm having trouble breathing right now. Some diabetes kicking in.
But
a lot of different things, a lot of different foods. All of it's unhealthy. Lemonades, but they're so expensive. Like the chicken.
They're like you don't even get free refills either.
No, you have to pay for your refills. You have to pay like $2 or $3 for per refill.
Gay.
Yeah, it is gay, but it was nice. But you said you went to the fair when you were younger, right?
Yeah.
So So now, I mean, of course, you haven't been back in a while.
Dude, I think the last time I went to the fair was like 9th grade.
9th grade. Wow.
Yeah, in high school. So maybe 10th grade, maybe 10th. So maybe junior year actually. I don't know. It was in high school, so it's been at least 5 years.
What are your thoughts on?
I'm old.
You ever played those games where you can win a prize? What are your thoughts on those?
Rigged.
Very rigged. Very rigged. And it's very known that they're rigged, but
people still do them.
I played one. You ever played darts?
Yeah.
You know how sharp that needle is?
Yeah.
Well,
sharp.
You think that thing can go through like a person's body? Like if I threw it hard enough, it'd stab you.
Right.
Okay.
Or just stick.
So what do you think about a balloon?
I feel like it would just not go through because balloons are very tough.
Very tough, like cement bricks.
Exactly. So.
Well, wrong.
Bro, what?
Wrong.
Are you serious?
I had 3 tries. First try, I hit a balloon. The next try, I hit a balloon. Both of them popped. But then you're right on this one. I threw it, hit the balloon, dead on, and I watched it hit, and then it bounced back at me.
That doesn't make any sense.
Something's wrong.
Gravity.
But then he's like, if you only pay this much more money, man, I'll give you and your friend another throw. What? That's a good deal. So we both throw.
Thanks, man.
And it doesn't work. It didn't go through the balloons. Both of ours. So I'm kind of just like, what the heck? But I ended up winning a prize, whatever. So then I played skee ball. I didn't get 150 points. I got 100, or the person beside me got 140. No prize. I played the other game.
You had to get 150 for
150 to get a small prize.
Dang.
So then we play skee ball. I mean, not skee ball.
Like
the shooting
Chuck E.
game.
Cheese, man.
It's a game where you put BBs in it and you shoot a red star out. If you clear the whole red star, you get a large prize, a good prize. I cleared the whole star out, no prize, because he got the little card that I was shooting and turned it backwards. And he's like, "There's your red star." Because when you shoot it, the force will push the paper like this. It'll make it push out. So somehow you're supposed to ricochet bullets and get to shoot the back of the fucking card. So I did get a prize. So honestly, if I had to rate the fair, I'll give it a 1 for the food, and that's it.
Dang. And the bad thing is you have to pay to get in, right?
Yes. You have to pay. Hold on. You have to pay to get in. $5 per person. Then you have to pay for parking. $5.
Wow.
Then if you want to pay for your tickets, on a good night, it's $2 for one ticket. But you can pay $28 and you can get a wristband. You can ride all night long, which I think is the best deal. But then again, you ride like 5 rides and you're done.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got it one time, and honestly, I rode like 3 rides, and I'm like, this was a waste of money.
Right.
So I think if you're planning on doing a lot of rides, wristband's the best. But if not, like 1 or 2, maybe even none. You know.
Yeah. So I will say the fair is very rigged. Even the rides are rigged because you pay this much money to get on a ride that lasts for 2 seconds.
Yeah, this is like, all right, here we go. Wait, it's over?
And they're also like, I can remember every year this fair comes along, there's been this ride there. And I'm now 24. Am I 24? Yeah, I'm now 24 and that ride's still there. Hasn't changed a bit.
Wow.
So that goes to show that people are paying for the same thing every single year. Nothing new.
Honestly, like, I don't really see the appeal of it anymore.
And the only reason I would go back is just to walk in and get some food and
Just
then
like something to do. I guess.
something to walk around, do it at night.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a good place to get a date.
Well, they do have concerts. They do have some concerts, and that kind of gives it a plus on some points.
Yeah.
But I will say it's not amusing. Even talking about it, I wish that I could give it a lot more positivity, but I can't. There's really nothing about it that's like, wow. But it's a good place to have fun memories, and then that's about it. And then now I look in my wallet, and I have no money.
It's just like, what happened?
I legit,
It's just gone.
I only spent like $20. Next thing I know is I'm $150 in the hole.
It's like the John Travolta meme from Pulp Fiction. What? Yeah, exactly.
That one. That meme.
That one.
I got raped by the fair.
Well,
It wasn't fair.
This guy. This guy! Bro, that was amazing. Speaking of amazing, watch Jujutsu Kaisen, everyone. Okay? Do you plan on going to the fair again?
No.
You don't plan on
I
getting raped
will.
again?
I will if somebody asks me, but I'm
Wanna
not.
go to the fair?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. The fair's that way.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right, guys. This has been another In Progress podcast. I'm sorry for the audio that crapped out. I really apologize. I'm an idiot. But as you can tell, Logos did not because he has this new mic. How do you feel, man?
I won't lie. I really like it. I can't remember the company that has this. Moanui.
Oh, Maano?
Maano?
Yeah, he got the same mic as me. So now we
I rhymes
synced
with
up.
Monko.
What?
What?
Man, you can finally hear again Logo's voice in this very good quality.
Very good quality.
Yes.
You can hear it all.
So, anything you'd like to add?
I
For
like
the final thoughts.
don't go to the fair unless you're rich, and even if you're rich, don't go. Fuck you, AT&T.
Watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Keep dreaming big, kids.
Art
And
is
screw the government. I'm kidding.
We have to say that for legal reasons.
Yes, legal reasons.
And art is life,
Yes.
and art is love.
Meet us in Miami this December,
Yeah.
only on FX.
FX.
I don't know. It's just
Spike. Mansers.
sci-fi.
But
Disney Channel. Man, speaking of Disney Channel. Anyway, all right. All right. So, yeah, this has been another In Progress Podcast. Find us on In Progress Pods on Instagram and Twitter. We are out. See you. Gone to the fair. Bye, loser.
keep progressing, people. And I don't know what to say. It's kind of close.
And
That's a good one.